Every year, the Super Bowl is its own unique pop culture experience. Sometimes the game itself is amazing while the halftime concert sucks. Other times, the games could be less interesting, but we still get to see a memorable musical performance at halftime. This year, between the Philadelphia Eagles dominating the Kansas City Chiefs in a blowout game, and with Kendrick Lamar headlining the halftime show, I think many of us ended up bored on both fronts. And while nobody can control the game's excitement level on the field since we're not the ones playing, setting up a captivating halftime performance should be something that's easier to accomplish. You just bring one or more big-name artists to perform some widely known musical numbers. Like many, since it was first announced, I've always thought that rapper Kendrick Lamar was an odd choice for the big halftime show. Although he's popular in some circles, his style and music may not appeal to a broader mass audience. That's because he's a more recent hip-hop star, and while I think that he does have talent, he simply doesn't yet boast the type of crowd-pleasing anthems that make for a spectacular show. Now, to be fair, regardless of Lamar, a rather raw hip-hop performance at halftime was never likely going to be a consensus with all viewers. But with that being said, putting on a solid hip-hop show at halftime isn't impossible. Look at the 2022 halftime show with Dr. Dre and company. Now that show felt like one big party. It created a perfect upbeat atmosphere for exactly this type of sporting event, and needless to say, Dr. Dre's song catalog is filled with anthems that most people recognize, even non-hip-hop fans. And interestingly, at Dre's 2022 halftime show, Dre even featured Kendrick Lamar himself as part of an all-star ensemble that included Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Mary J. Blige. Now in that capacity, in a more supporting role, Kendrick Lamar was fine, but it's very different from then letting him headline his own solo show, where he himself has to carry it. And that's where we run into problems. I guess there's no easy way to say this, but Kendrick Lamar, while currently very successful on Billboard charts, at this moment in time has just not fully cemented his place as an American pop culture icon. And that's exactly why he wasn't the right choice for this year's halftime. The Super Bowl halftime show should always aim for performers with big household names, more universal appeal, or if nothing else, ones that understand that it's a festive engagement. And boy, did we have some good ones in the past, like Michael Jackson, Prince, Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, and Madonna when she still kind of looked and acted like, Madonna. I mean, even Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, while not exactly artists that I frequently listen to, were a decent fit for this type of show because they at least understood the assignment and also had a collection of known hits to back them up. And if the NFL had already decided on an artist like Kendrick that doesn't really cross over between genres, then they should have been thinking of ways to create more of an artistic collaboration as well as an overall music celebration. For example, in 2014 when Bruno Mars was selected for the halftime show, he wasn't as well known as he is today, but he still delivered a very energetic and fun show filled with surprise collaborations like performing with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That mix of something familiar but with a fresh twist felt right as it brought artists of different genres together, broadening the overall appeal of the show. And it's no slight on Kendrick's talent, but I also couldn't care less if he has beef with Drake or not, or if he performs a diss track about him to annoy him. Same way I don't care if Serena Williams is joining in on the diss. This isn't what the halftime show is about, and it doesn't conceal the fact that Kendrick's musical catalog just doesn't have those national bops that resonate universally. Still, selecting Kendrick wasn't necessarily a failure on his part, but more of a mismatch for the event itself. And moving forward, I think the NFL committee selecting these artists should focus more on widely received acts that everybody can rally behind, and preferably a more seasoned veteran who's more recognizable across multiple generations. Anyhow, if you enjoyed my take on this, please make sure to like and subscribe so I can continue to keep you in the loop with all the latest in pop culture news. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thank you, and good day.
I am such an awesome guy. I make so many videos.